And which
Hmm.
platform do you teach in?
On Google Meet.
Google Meet, but which organization? Like, do you teach this by your own?
Yes, when my student will watch this video, na, they will think about me, ma'am, what you are doing here. This is my problem. Off it or from this. I don't know which one is correct. When we do role play, I
Hmm.
do it in my classes, but is it like not possible according to me to speak about any topic?
We'll talk about the airline, how the airplane works, what other systems are there, how
So,
to fly it. That knowledge specific you won't get, but a general knowledge.
visible, sir?
Yes, Mansi, you're visible. So welcome to the session, Mansi. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. Thanks for asking. How are you, sir?
Yes, doing perfectly fine. Just fit as a fiddle. So do say, where are you from? Which place?
I hail from Delhi,
Delhi. Okay. And how's the
South
weather in
India.
Delhi? How's the weather in Delhi? Boiling hot?
No, not now. Nowadays, it's very like okay, okay.
Or when what we say, okay, okay type weather. What is the word for that?
It's not so hot. It's not so scorching hot. It's nice. It's pleasant.
Pleasant we can use moderate. Well, the weather is
Moderate.
moderate today.
Yeah. Okay.
Moderate. Moderate means not very hot or very cold.
Okay.
Okay, that's nice. And what do you do in Delhi? Are you working professional, housewife?
Yeah, I am a teacher by profession. Yeah,
Hmm.
I teach English.
That's great. So where do you teach English?
Previously, I used to teach in a school, and then after I started working in a NGO where I worked 4 to 5 years, and then I got married. And after Corona, I started teaching online.
Afterwards.
Could you please repeat?
Afterwards we can use afterwards I moved to XYZ place
Okay.
that we can use. So now you teach online. And where do you teach online? And what do you teach in online?
I teach English, English language,
English.
and
English has different kind of styles. What kind of English do you teach?
speaking. Speaking, actually.
Spoken English. What kind of learners do you cater?
I'm so nervous. This is my first session, so that's why I'm so nervous today. So could you
Why are you
please
nervous?
help
It's just
me?
a conversation. It's just a conversation. Take it as
I
a
do this.
conversation.
I do this on the regular basis. I teach my students also. I have sessions also, but still,
Okay.
I'm so nervous.
Okay. Fine. No
Mhm.
problem. So take consider me as your student. Okay. Consider
Oh,
me as your student. Okay. Don't
no,
take it like he's
no.
a teacher or something.
Mhm.
All right. So, do you deal with the students who are the A1, A2, A3 learner, or B1, B2, B3 learner, C1 or C2 learner? Which category of learner
What
do
is
you train?
what is A1, A2, B2? What is it?
These are the levels.
Okay.
Like beginner level. Beginner level is considered to be A1, A2, A3. Intermediate B1, B2, B3. Advanced C1, C2.
Yeah, some of them are intermediates and some of them are beginners.
Okay. And do you teach what ages of group?
All group. Like I don't teach to the kids. I teach to the homemakers, nurses, bankers. I teach to the different domain students.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is how you teach. And which
Hmm.
platform do you teach in?
On Google Meet.
Google Meet. But which organization? Like, do you teach this by your own? You have your own
This is
institute?
like I run Facebook page. So where I
Okay.
have like a 54K followers. So from there I get students.
Okay, so from there you get students, and from there you start this teaching process. Okay,
Hmm.
that's really great. So let me introduce about myself also who I am. So
Yeah.
Mansi, I am Harshdeep Singh and I am from Jharkhand, Jamshedpur, the Shield City of India. I am an IDP certified IELTS speaking evaluator and I do possess 3+ years of working experience. And for this class, I am going to be speaking mentor. Before we dive into the session, I would like to know two things about you. First one is that what type of issues you're facing at the moment in English. Lastly, your learning goal. Please share about these two things.
Actually, when I start speaking with someone, so I have so many vocabulary in my mind, but I am unable to use them. So this is my basic problem. I want to overcome from this. Off it or from this. I don't know which one is correct. I want to overcome from this or of this problem or from this.
Both are correct.
Both are correct. Okay.
I would like to overcome from this.
Hmm. Yeah.
So we'll use overcome from this because you're using would that you want to have. So
Okay.
from this we will use. So you would like to overcome from this problem. That is the vocabulary usage. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's have a two-way conversation first. to see how you communicate, what type of vocabulary do you use. I will get an idea. And you also have to ask me the question back and take this class as a conversation. No matter what kind of vocabulary using, basic, advanced, it's fine. Just take it as a conversation because it would give me an idea how you create the sentence structures. So do tell me, what do you do in your free time?
I just have sessions. This is my this is the work where I feel so happy while doing this. So I have sessions. I teach online, and whenever I have free time, so at that time I just love to watch some content on YouTube related to English. Also, not all the time English. I watch some vlogs also. I do this only.
Okay. You go to internet and you scroll reels and watch the
Not
content.
reels. I don't like to watch reels all the time. No.
Okay. And you go to the YouTube. And what type of content do you consume?
Like most of the time, as a homemaker, as a woman, I need to learn related to home also, how to
Okay.
manage, how to tackle with all type of problems. So I watch these type of content also, and learning English also, like
Okay. Could you
related
please
to English
pronounce
content.
this word which I've written in the chat box?
Okay. Women.
Women.
Women. Oh, women.
Okay. We don't say who, we say we, women.
Okay.
Women is the correct.
Okay, women.
As a woman, I love to watch XYZ kind of content during my leisure time, during my spare time, during my me time, during my
Hmm.
free time, any kind of words we can use over here. So this kind of activities you do. That's nice. If I would talk about myself, what type of activities I do in my free time. Whenever I get a leisure time, I simply call my friends who live in abroad and I ask them like how is life is treating them, and we do play the online games such as Call of Duty, and sometimes we play Fortnite. So this kind of activities I do in my free time mostly. So apart from the English, what type of other activities you are involved in?
Actually, I love to play badminton. So whenever I get free time, I love to play that with my husband, with my kids, only with them. Because
Well,
here I don't have so many friends. So that's
hmm,
why.
but we can say, well, Harsh, I am fond of playing badminton. Whenever I get free time, I love to go over there.
This is my problem. Now I know so many things. While speaking, I forget everything.
Okay. So that's the
Yes.
reason we're having the conversation, because until unless we'll not have the conversation, the words won't come in the mind. So whichever word you're using, try to think for the synonym also in your mind. Okay, if I'll be using this
Mhm.
word, what other synonyms I can use of this?
Okay.
Try to incorporate it during the conversation. This is only how you can overcome from this problem. Because just learning the vocabulary, it's not the solution. After
Hmm.
learning the vocabulary, practically take some kind of questions based on that scenario. And on that, try to speak it out. Whether create a short stories or create some short answers. The two, three kind of different
Yeah.
ways are there,
It
different
works.
strategies are there. So what kind of formulas do you use? Suppose if you have to speak for about 2 to 3 sentences on one topic, what kind of strategies do you use?
I just think about the story and situation. And according to the situation, I started speaking.
Okay, let me ask you one question. Do you live in a
Mhm.
house or a flat and you have to give the answer for 2 to 3 sentences? How will you give?
I live in a flat because there is need to live because we don't have option to live in another city or another place because my husband has a transferable job. So within 4 and 5 years, we have to move from here to there. So that's why we are born to live in flats and quarters also.
That's a good answer. Now, think over here which strategy you have used. First strategy is the diet answer you have given to the topic.
Mhm.
After that, you've given the explanation. Lastly, one example we have to give is example was missing over here. Whenever
Yeah.
you want to
Mhm.
give 2 to 3 sentence answer or you want to teach someone how to create a sentence structures, you can teach this method to them. Direct answer to the topic first, then explanation slightly about the topic, lastly giving one example.
And what would be
This
the what
this
could be the
strategy
example?
example. Well, if the same question is asked to me, do you live in a house or flat? Well, I live in a three-story building. It's located in XYZ area, and I have a great vicinity around me. For example, I have XYZ kind of facilities over here, such as this and that. That's why I prefer to live in this kind of places.
Okay.
So
All
slightly we
right.
have to give examples and all. Vicinity
Hmm.
means locality.
Okay.
For the locality, we can use the word vicinity. So how is the vicinity where you live?
That is good. That is pretty good because everything is there. Like park is there, and travel convenient is there. What? How do we call it? Like everything is available there.
Accommodation,
Metro is there.
accommodation, accommodation.
Accommodation is there.
Traveling
Metro
accommodations
is
are
there.
present over here.
Okay. Metro is also there. So everything is near to us. So that's why we are living here.
Everything is a stone thrown away from us.
Okay.
Stone thrown away means nearby.
A
That's a
stone throw
idiom.
away. Mm-hmm.
Stone thrown away. Stone thrown away.
Stone thrown
That's a
away.
idiom.
Okay, okay, I got it. Okay. Hmm.
Okay, so this idiom we can use for the nearby things.
Okay.
And we can also use the word recreational. Recreational
Re-
means the activity which is for the leisure. Well, if I talk about the vicinity, I have a lot of recreational activities present over here, such as parks, cinema theaters, gaming
Mhm.
zones, malls. And if I would talk about the traveling accommodation, here we have metros, rickshaws, cabs. In just one tap, everyone would be there at our doorstep.
Okay. That's good.
So, are you a tech savvy person?
Text. Could
Tech
you please
savvy, tech
repeat?
savvy, tech savvy. Tech savvy
Text
means the person,
saving.
tech savvy, TECH, tech, tech savvy, SAVY. It means a person who uses the internet a lot and technology.
Text saving. Yeah, actually.
Okay, you are a tech savvy person. What kind of applications and softwares do you use?
I don't nowadays I don't use many softwares because I recently bought a laptop, so I will start using. But now if I talk about like English Yaari, I started from today and Joe previously I used to use Joestock application also, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and the Pixel app. There are so many applications.
Previously, I
So
was using. Previously, I was using.
okay, previously
Previously,
I
I
was
was
using.
correct
Okay,
because you're referring about a situation where so we'll be using past continuous tense.
and I used to use. Is it also correct? No.
That activity is not sounding perfectly over. Any activity which we used to do and now that has been discontinued and not doing it anymore, they would refer. But you were using.
Okay.
Previously I was using Joestock, but now I have shifted to English Yaari. In the
Okay.
sentences, was will be using. Which application you have used before? Well, I used to use the application XYZ last 10 years ago or 20 months ago.
All right. All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you were using the Joestock. So how was the experience over there?
That was good, and sometimes it was bad also because I used to get many bad people over there. Those who
Okay,
don't
let's
did
let's
not.
use a synonym of the good and bad. Synonym of good and
Okay.
bad. Because good and bad I'm listening from you multiple times. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Try to think for the other synonyms. I'll be like writing some of the words in the sentences in the chat box. Just give me a moment. Let me write it over here. Please check. Are you receiving the messages?
General great. Okay. Praise.
Great, excellent, wonderful,
Praise.
fantastic, amazing, superb.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, how was your experience over there at Joe Stock?
And what about bad?
For the bad, also first give the good answer. For the good, how was
Okay.
the experience?
Okay, it was wonderful. It was wonderful because I got so many wonderful people who could help me in that my learning journey. Because at that time I was so beginner. What I can say.
Okay, so beginner, we will not be using so won't be suiting over here. So it's not a
Okay.
correct term. Well, if I would talk about my experience at Joe Stock, I had a really great experience there.
Mhm.
But there were some members were there who were really horrible. They were
Yeah.
not having the proper sense how to
Okay.
talk and what to talk with the lady. So I had a
Yeah.
mixed experience over there. I can say like that. Horrible, dreadful, terrible, awful, poor.
Yes, I got
So
it.
practically we have to implement certain vocabulary while we are using. So always have at least 4 or 5 vocabulary for the good and bad in your bucket list. For the weathers, always have 2 to 3 vocabulary in your bucket list. Because whenever you interact with anyone, the first question, okay, so where are you from? I hail from, I dwell from, I reside in, well, I come from, you can use
Mhm.
over there. And how's the weather there? You can talk about different type of wordings for the weather, rather saying good, bad, other synonyms of it. So always have 4 or 5 things in your bucket list. These are general question whenever you interact with any individual for the first time. So do tell me, like, at the moment, what's your learning goal? That do you want to improve the casual English, or do you want to learn the specific type of English, whether it's a business communication, professional English, presentation skills, teaching skills you want to learn? What are you looking for?
I want to learn professional English because I think so. I'm like sometimes I'm so fluent. I don't know why it happens with me. I know many things, but still it happens with me. So I want to sound like professionally.
Okay, professional in the sense, may I know, like for the business perspective, or
Yeah.
as a corporate employee, what type of professionalism do you want to bring in your language?
As I earlier told you, I'm a teacher by profession. I teach online. I deal with so many kind of students. So that's why I need to be like professional.
I would say few things over here. Like whenever you interact with the student, first try to gauge the learner's type, the goal they are coming for.
Mhm.
Accordingly, you have to select the tonality of yours. For example, if you're feeling that this person is a beginner, so go with the casual form. If you're saying the intermediate person, go with the casual, but understand whether that person is a student, university student, interview preparation he is doing. So there you have to change the vocabulary according to it for delivering the content to that person. If it's a working professional, see what kind of professional terms like drill down, bottlenecks, the official vocabulary which we use for the different scenarios while referring in the office. That kind of terminologies you have to use for the presentation, how to create the presentation. So if I would ask you, you have to give one presentation. So what's the format will you use for the presentation? If you have to give a presentation in front of 50 people, what
Mhm.
would be a format?
I would use that aeroplane like method. Like first, I need to like it's like aeroplane. Like they take off slowly, and then after they go to the air, and then they spend lots of time there, and they get landing. So I follow this method. I give my introduction first, little bit. Like I am Mansi. I hail from Delhi, and by profession I am a teacher. Like this much is necessary. And then after I start my topic. Like today I will talk about English. Why English is important. I'll give a few punchline here, and then after I just be in air part. I will deliver my speech about why English is important. Then I will spend only 5 to 10 minutes or more than this if I am capable to do this. And then I will inform that now I'm going to end up my speech. And then I will say a few lines more about that English topic. And I will give some example related to my own experience. And then I will end up slowly and gracefully before
Approach is
telling
good,
them.
but slight improvement is required in that, in the
Yeah.
format. First of all, as you mentioned that you would go slowly, well, I would say the better pointer over here. Initially, you have to focus on one thing, gauging the audience attention towards you. If in the initial 30 to 40 seconds, if you would lose the audience won't be interested in listening to you. So first of all, we have to create a great hook lines which will gauge the audience attention. Now, how the hook will be? Hook could be your short questions which you can ask them. It could be short story.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
some kind of phrases. But you have to make sure that you're incorporating their presence in your language. For example, when you come over here, hi guys, good morning. I'm Mansi. So today we'll discuss about a topic that is English. But before we dive into this, what kind of sounds in English are really there, or what kind of vowels are there? Can you please type in the chat box, or can you please say it if you have the ideas? I listen to everyone's answers. Now gauge the audience attention over there towards
I
you.
do this, sir, but when I'm telling to you, at that time I'm feeling nervous. I do this when my student will watch this video, na, they will think about me, ma'am, what you are doing here. I teach in this way.
Okay, but why are you not telling Vivi right now the things?
I don't know what happened to me sometimes. I
Okay,
don't know.
I would say the better would be once you try to speak every day with the persons who are above you or who knows better, because in this way that person can guide you with the better strategies and some formula. Because
Hmm.
when we deal with the same the learners who are below than us or who are in the same level, we won't be able to grow ourselves.
Yeah,
So try to elevate yourself a bit up with some advanced learners. If you
that's
have
why
any
I'm
advanced
talking to
learners,
you. That's why I'm talking to you.
yes, no, you are doing this with me. That's very good. But as you run a channel, you have 50,000 plus followers. Out of 50,000, definitely 1% could be the 2%, 10%,
Yeah.
15% could be the who are advanced speakers. So try to create a poll or something where you would ask what type of persons are there, what kind of English proficiency they have, give some kind of questions in the poll that for the A1, A2, no, for the A1, for the C1 or C2 level English proficiency words, take some and based on that create a poll and see what type of answers they are giving. And out of that answer, select some persons whose answer you're finding really great, and then try to connect with them and
Wow, that's amazing.
shoot some kind of videos. In this way, you can also able to check who are the advanced learners are there, because probably whatever the post you do create at the moment, that's for the basic for every individual, but create for the advanced level learners and see where they are engaging or not in your content. If they're engaging, connect with them too.
Yes.
And here at English Yaari, as you have taken the demo, all the session works in a similar way for 25 minutes. You can book the session any time of the day. All the sessions after every class, you'll get a class recording of it. That will be
Wow.
there in your dashboard. And here, wherever you'll make a mistake, I'll highlight at the moment only. I'll not keep the feedback for the ending. Wherever you're lacking, I'll stop you over there only and I'll tell. The similar way I was doing it before. So right away only, wherever you make the mistake, you'll get the feedback on that. And one thing I'll say, as right now you have 50,000 followers you mentioned, so try to do some kind of more
4.5K.
activities.
It's all about 55K.
Great, 50,000 plus I mentioned, 50K plus followers which you have. So try to create some kind of this kind of post where you can gauge the engagement. For what kind of post do you create, may I know, to gauge the audience engagement?
No, I will.
Try to
I don't do
try,
anything.
try to the formula which I told you today, DEE,
Yeah, I will follow.
right answer, explanation, example. Like this, take some of the formulas and try to create some kind of content regarding it that would gauge the audience attention of your portal. In this way,
Okay.
you can have the new followers, because many formulas are there in English where students are not aware about. They just speak, but they don't know what's the correct formula for it. In this way, you can grab the new people in your account.
Thank
This
you
is a
so
more
much,
strategy
sir.
you can try.
Thank you so much.
So it's great talking with you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much, sir, for guiding me. Thank you so
Any
much.
questions, any doubt about the platform which you want to ask?
About this platform?
Yes, about the platform, any questions you
Okay.
have?
Can I like if I do this type of session every day, so definitely it will work. So I can choose my mentor
Educator.
according to me every day, no?
Correct, correct,
Is it
correct,
okay?
correct. You can select the educator by your choice, timing by your choice. Where
Okay.
suppose if you are free at early morning, see which educators are present at that time. But you have to book the sessions a bit in advance because
Yeah.
educator slots get filled up.
Hmm.
So you have to book it in advance and select the educator and go forward with that, because educators open their entire week slot, so you can book it
So
accordingly.
one more question I need to ask, like when we do role play, I
Mhm.
do it in my classes, but is it like not possible according to me to speak about any topic if we don't have knowledge about that particular thing? Like I have never traveled by air, so I don't have experience, so I can't talk about that particular thing.
No, you can talk. You can
I
easily
can
talk.
talk
It's not a
like
tough thing.
limited whatever I am gaining knowledge from watching reels and watching YouTube videos.
I
I
would
don't
say
know
you have to incorporate the reading activity in your activity.
okay.
I didn't assign you some of the homeworks right now, but in future classes, I'll give you some of the strategy which you have to follow for 30 days. If you follow 30 days, you will get a lot of ideas for the vocabulary, for the content, and whichever topic is given to you, you can easily speak on that. For the general topics, I'm not talking about specific subject related topic. Now, if you talk about the airline, how the airplane works, what other systems are there, how
So
to fly it, that knowledge specific you won't get, but a general knowledge you will have
yeah,
of every
general
topic.
knowledge you can have. Hmm.
So there's some strategies are there which we'll discuss in the future session. So it's a great talking with you. Now I'll be taking a leave. I have one
So
more
thank you
session.
so much.
Bye bye.